Can't ball in a life, man.
Going with it, we're going with it.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you kidding me? Cause, yeah. Blessings are from me life, man. Me thank God for the journey, the endings are just for the plus. Yeah. Say me have to thank God for the journey, the endings are just for the plus. Yeah. Eish, gratitude is a must. After pidgin that we speak here in Nigeria, patois has to be that I want to learn. Teach me. Just teach me, because since I started listening to it's just only toast that I've been listening to. Like, I do listen to some Jamaican sounds and stuff like that, but I'm not consistent, you get me. But then once I listen to it, it's like there's a spirit of me I here if you mash up the place, you know. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It is your favorite baby girl, yes, your favorite baby mommy, Dinah Ekweme, in the building. And today, we're going to be honest, we're going to be very vulnerable with this topic, because if you're here to judge, if you're Georgina, if you're Judge Judy, if you're Judge of the Jungle, oh my God, somebody said don't leave me. Don't leave me. If you're here to come and peep and judge and comment nonsense, this video is not for you, because I'm openly going to be sharing my struggles as a mother, not just a mother in her early 20s, and the struggles, the worst things. I wouldn't say the worst, I would say setbacks that come with, having a child or children before you clock 25 or even 30. Just grab a cup of tea. My experience may not be the same as yours. People have different struggles. That's one thing you have to know. And I'll really love you guys to be open and vulnerable as well in the comments below. If you did start having children early, and probably currently you're in your early 20s, and you're just, if you can relate to anything I'm going to say in this video, share yours in the comment section. And yeah, let's just dive right into it. If this is literally the first time you're seeing this face on the YouTube street, I took in at the age of 23, put to bed at the age of 24, so I have a son. And by the time I'm 45 years of age, my son should probably be about 20 years, probably be in uni or just finishing, I don't know, I just can't tell. But I'm very sure that I won't be doing primary school, nursery school runs. One of the best things about having your child or children early, early on in your 20s, is just the joy of growing with them. At that age, at 45, you're talking to me about school runs, I'll be looking at you like, Mo, who are you talking to? I don't have the energy, the strength. But shout out to mothers doing it at that age. You guys are the real MVP. Another advantage that I would say with having your children as early on as 20, 21, 22 is that even if you choose to have a football team, you have so many years to do your family planning. You can space them out 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, 4 years. You can have up to 12, 13 kids if you're capable, if you want to, if that's your prerogative, before you clock menopause. That's one of the best things about being a mother in your early 20s. As much as there are so many advantages, there are setbacks, and I'll be sharing my own personal setbacks, like I said earlier on, things that I feel like have held me back. One of the worst things about being a mother in my early 20s is the fact that I am clueless. Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It may appear like, oh, Dinah, oh my God, she's just, girl, I'm winging it. Let's just be real honest here. I am winging it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about readiness. There's a difference between being ready. Let's just put it in this phrase: the mind, the mind and the soul and the spirit is willing, but the flesh is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I don't have a clue. Like, I know my motherly instincts are telling me, you are pregnant, you are going to be a great mother. This is what you need to watch, this is what you need to do, these are who you need to consult. But then when the baby came, it's like, who this? That's why in most cases you see me being really open about. If you've noticed my whole pregnancy journey and my motherhood journey, I've tried to be as much very open. I've tried to be very open and vulnerable, especially with sharing things about things that I'm going through, things about my baby. And you guys don't know the blessing that you are showering into my life by leaving certain comments. I don't know if some of you have subscribed to my channel at the point where I did what's in my hospital bag. Some people laughed at me that period, from the combs to the oil. People were commenting. I bought Johnson's baby oil. People were commenting, especially those of you that live in the US of A, that there's a correlation, scientific evidence that Johnson's baby oil causes skin cancer in babies. And the way I threw away that oil and started using coconut oil, you guys wouldn't know. Your comments, your advice, some of you that go out of your way to email me and send me DMs on Instagram, when you see me sharing my struggles on, you guys don't know what you personally do for me. Most of the times you see me stepping out alone or with my husband, and you guys are so curious, like, who is your son with? Where is your son? Most of the times that you see me doing that, my mom is in the house. Like, I know I don't put it on here whenever she comes, but 80% of the time my mom is here. Her house is not far from mine, but I call her all the time. Like this period, I'm weaning my baby. She's been here for over 3 weeks now, trying to help me win my baby because I'm winging. Another setback that I've had to encounter with motherhood in my early 20s is the fact that I've had to give up my career. It's not forcefully. My husband did not force me to give up my career. It was a personal choice. And I feel like most women, not all women, most women that end up having children in their early 20s tend to do this a lot more because they feel like, okay, there are many more years ahead of them before the clock 30 or 40. So they have all the time that they need to have babies if they want to in their 20s, and maybe later on in their 30s go on to have a career. For me, I wasn't pressured. I just felt like I needed to be there for my son. Mind you, if you've been following me for a long time, you'd know the plans I had when I was single. Some of you were here. The plans that I had before now, and when I got married and had a baby, everything changed. And I feel like it's just psychological with most women. And there are women, don't get me wrong, there are women who are hustling, doing the career thing whilst, you know, having babies as early on as 20, 21, 22. And I give you people tiriboza, but some of us that cannot come and die, that cannot come and kill ourselves, we are taking things one step at a time. And I wouldn't call it a totally major setback, but looking at it career-wise, it is absolutely a setback for me. Having talked about giving up my career in my early 20s just to be a stay-home mom, another point I would give is low savings. You know, the financial burden now being on my husband. Obviously, with his salary, we have to budget what goes into feeding, into miscellaneous, into this, into that, and into my own personal needs. And if you calculate all of that, you'll find out that if it was a case where you're working and having your children in your early 20s, you find yourself saving a lot more. You know, you can save to travel, to do stuff, to afford a whole lot of things. But because one person is at home and the other has to hustle and provide for the family, savings are kind of low. As much as I've made the choice to be a stay-home mom, I've had to sacrifice having a large bank account for the greater good, I would say. Not to say that I'm totally jobless. I'm happy there is something called YouTube where we know that small something they come in. The last but not the least setback has to be feeling left out. Not in the sense of clubbing, because if it's that one, we over clubbed when we were still single. In fact, clubbing was clubbing us. If you know, you know. But I wouldn't say clubbing or drinking perhaps, because over 2 years now I don't know what the taste of alcohol is because of breastfeeding and pregnancy. But anyway, I mean, in the sense of traveling, I'm a girl who loves experience more than anything. Even if it's in the same city that I'm living in, just moving around, knowing that there is something to learn and I have to spend money to learn that stuff, to know another thing, to visit another place, just spending money. Another thing I loved spending money on before having a baby, in fact before getting married, was sneakers. I could spend 200 pounds on sneakers. Like, that's how crazy I was about sneakers, especially Nike and Adidas. Let's not go there. 200, 300, 400 pounds I can spend lavishly on sneakers. Now I have to prioritize a lot of things. I can't even remember the last time I got a pair of shoes for myself, but that's majorly due to the aforementioned reasons that I mentioned in this video. Having said all these, I feel like the best is yet to come, financially, career-wise, whatever the case may be. I feel personally in years to come, I would look back and be like, why were you crying, girl? Why were you beating yourself up? Why were you feeling left out? Why were you... I would have enough time to reflect and say, okay, this is where I want to be financially. This is where I want to travel to, maybe with my kids at the time and my husband. This is just a whole lot of breakthroughs. That is what I'm hoping for a few years from now. Let me know in the comment section if you have a child or children, or if you don't, if you're planning on doing so in your early 20s, or if you're past your early 20s, what do you think would have been the setback for you? And also, I would love to know, you that is in your early 20s that have a child or children, what are your setbacks realistically? Please, let's be open and honest down below. I trust dynamites now. Anyway, if you really love this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.